The company claims that the medicine has no side effects. Starting from the first week of October, prescription-based drops will be available across pharmacies costing Rs 345. The medicine is indicated for the treatment of mild to intermediate presbyopia for people aged 40 to 55 years. The company claims that the medicine is first of its kind in India, which is tested on Indian eyes and customized as per the genetic fulcrum of the Indian population. The product will be sold only on prescriptions by registered medical practitioners. The company has started training its field force to inform and educate doctors about the usage of this product. The company in fact had applied for the regulatory approval in early 2022 and it was asked to conduct phase 3 clinical trials. The trials were conducted at 10 sites across India with 274 patients. The results and data from those patients were then submitted to the regulatory agency for approval. Company claims that the trial data shows 82% of total 274 subjects did not face any side effects. Remaining patients reported minor side effects including irritation, redness in eyes, blurring of vision and headache. But these were resolved in a couple of days and no patient was discontinued from the trial. While the results of the study are yet to be published in a peer-reviewed journal, the company plans to conduct post-marketing surveillance at several big centers across India, including All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi.
Okay, to bring us a further breakdown on this, let's go over to Dr. DV Singh. He's a senior consultant. He's also the head of ophthalmology at the Narayana Hospital in Gurugram. Let's go over to him. Doctor, thank you for joining us bright and early this morning. Doctor, just tell us, ever since this entire story has come out, there have been a lot of opinions. Some pro, but some con, saying that it's not as revolutionary as it's claiming to be. The drug that it's built around is actually something that's been in the market for many years, that more tests need to be done. Just first tell us your initial thoughts.
So presbyopia is a problem all of us will face once we cross the age of 40. And it is something that we still don't have a perfect solution for other than glasses. This particular medicine that has come out is based on a salt which has been there since the 1800s and has been used earlier in the treatment of glaucoma and some other conditions of the eye and mouth. But it has had its pluses and minuses. So therefore, it did lose popularity over time because of some of the adverse effects that was happening or that were being noticed, particularly when it was being used for a long time. The drop is meant to actually strengthen or increase the tone of the muscle so that it allows you to focus better for near, because these are the muscles that are used for near vision. And it is claiming that this drop will help in improving near vision. This is something we've noticed even in the past when these drops were used for other problems or other situations of the eye. However, the idea that this can be a magical solution or a miracle solution is not quite true because, the muscles over time will weaken. And so the drops will have effect only for a certain period of time and they don't last, for a very long time. Therefore, it's important for us to understand that this could be a stopgap measure, but we've yet to see the long-term efficacy and safety. The good thing is that this drop is now available at a lower percentage or at a lower strength than was being used in the past. So hopefully it should be safer, but still it would require a medical doctor to guide you through the treatment.
Right. Dr. Digvijay, lots of questions with first one. You are somebody who wears specs. Are you using it?
Yes, absolutely.
Are you using the drops?
No, not using the drops. I'm using glasses at the moment.
Right. Okay. No, so, the headlines around this story have been around fix your nearsightedness in 15 minutes. Shouldn't it actually be not in 15 minutes but for 15 minutes? It's a temporary solution. That's where the messaging has been wrong.
Yes. So the eye drops, after you instill the eye drops, the action of the eye drop starts within 15 minutes to an hour. And the action lasts for about maybe 4 to 6 hours, not longer than that. And do remember that even in this period, your vision will be fluctuating. It's not a standard, stable, linear action that these drops show. So that is something, people who are using these drops need to look out for, which is why I'm not using these drops at the moment.
Doctor, have you had a chance to look at the reactions that people have had to using these drops? I know it's quite accessible. Price-wise, I believe it's only about 300, 350 rupees in the market. But what are the reactions people are having? Because the big thing we're telling our audiences right now is longitudinal studies done over decades obviously don't exist right now. This is a product that's just hit the market. So what should our audiences be wary of in this case?
So I've had a few patients who've, had these drops that they've been using for some time now. And I would say, when I say for some time, these were also available, like I said, in a higher percentage earlier. The idea is that, your eye muscles are kind of like a thing which is weakening over time. It's a horse who's a tired horse. So these drops will increase the tone of the muscle. It's like flogging a tired horse, right? You can get it to go some more time, but finally it would need its rest. So finally you would need your glasses. And so all the people who've possibly been on these drops over time would end up with near glasses, though at a later stage in their life. But for people who've never worn glasses in all their lives, there is a merit, for them to delay that even further if they can. So some of those patients are happy, but overall patients have to have a realistic expectation. And I think that's where the messaging needs to be corrected.
I see. So you're saying it is not a replacement for glasses, but it could, if you're somebody who does not wear glasses in their 40s, it could delay glasses for you. But that also you're not very sure.
Yes, we'll have to see, because when it's done in thousands and thousands of patients, how each patient responds, how each body responds, how each eye responds could be different from what has so far been seen. So it would obviously require a much larger study to look at that. But based on whatever initial results there are and whatever initial feedback there is, they seem to be fairly effective, at least for a short while.
Tell us, doctor, a lot of the articles about it actually said 40 to 50-year-olds are the key demographic. Why no one above that age group?
Because above that age group, your eye muscles are too tired for us to be able to, increase the tone or flog them. And the other problem is that these drops can actually kind of be counterproductive in people who have developed a cataract or who are developing a cataract, because they can increase the speed of cataractogenesis. They can also reduce the vision by making the pupil smaller in people who have cataract. So, generally we expect that after the age of 50 or beyond that, cataracts tend to develop. So these drops will become less effective from that front, as well as the fact that the muscles get too weak for you to, push them any further.
I see. Dr. Singh, then, I just want to understand, because this has become such a popular story, everybody is going to be talking about it. We are not sure if it's going to be available over the counter or with the prescription of a doctor just yet. But to those watching right now, who should actually be going for it, and what are the questions that you need to be asking? Like you said, if you have cataract, don't take them. So what are the questions one should ask their doctor?
So I think the drops are primarily meant for people who are just getting into their presbyopic age, who are just having the need for near glasses. So you're actually looking at people in their early 40s. But what you need to look or ask from the doctor is, and in fact explain to your doctor, is that, what sort of near activities do you do? How much time are you on your laptops, your phones, reading? Because that's very important. In cases where you're doing a prolonged near activity, intense near activity, there these drops would probably not suffice for you. You would require glasses to support your eyes in that case. And the other side of it is that you have to go for an eye examination, a proper eye examination, before you start to take these drops. Because these drops, remember, are going to be taken on a daily basis for months to years at stretch for them to do their job for you.
Okay, so you're saying go in for examinations, obviously consult even a doctor as you decide to go
ask
into
your
this in the
doctor
first
before.
place.
Yeah.
Doctor, that is such great advice. Thank you for bringing our audiences this prepper. It's so important, when you hear about something in the news, to ground it in actual facts and actual information. Thank you for joining us, doctor, right here on the show. Okay, let's take you, our audiences, now to something slightly different. Today is day 6 of World Nutrition Week, and our focus is going to be all about how you can fuel your active lifestyle. Now, whether you're a weekend warrior, you're a dedicated gym goer, or you're just trying to keep up with your morning jog, this segment is, we hope, for each of you. We're diving into the world of nutrition, but we're going to look at it from the aspects specifically of someone who wants to keep on the move. It's not just about what we do at the gym, obviously, or on the track. It's also about what you put on your plate. As they say, often diet is 80% of the journey. Abs are made in the kitchen. You would have heard all of that. Think of your body as a high-performance engine. who wouldn't fuel a Ferrari with low-grade gas, would you? So, for today, we're going to talk about the right kind of fuel, and we'll start a little bit with pre-workout tradition, because no one wants to hit the treadmill with an empty tank. We want to tell you everything you're going to need. It's all about balance.
Yeah, so a lot of emphasis is played on what to eat, while you are trying to lose weight or build abs, etc. But what to do on a daily routine is what we want to put the spotlight on. And even after the workout comes the all-important post-workout meal. This is your body's window of opportunity where it's just craving out for the right kind of nutrients and to help rebuild those muscles we've been working on so hard for and give them the proper fuel. So we'll tell you the best foods to speed up recovery, reduce soreness, and also build those lean muscles. But enough of us talking about it. Let's actually take you to an expert who will not just speak but also show you some good moves as well. So we've got a special guest in the studio with us, DV Singh, fitness trainer, who's going to give us an inside scoop on how to tailor our nutrition plan to our workout regime as well. Hi, morning Ikjot. So lovely to have you here in the studio with us. Yeah, we obviously have lots of questions and we'll make you work out a little bit as well, just to sort of test that up. But first, just want to understand from you, all of us have, and you'll meet a lot of journalists, since you're in the studio today, have very busy days ahead of us, and how should you really fuel up when you know that you have a big day coming? What is the kind of diet that should go in terms of getting the right balance of nutrition?
See, when you are in your work, so try to understand that you know how much time you are going to spend in your work. So try to pack your meals along with you. So your meal should be combination of, it should be balanced. It should be combination of all of your macros. Macros by I mean the protein, fats and carbohydrates. So when you know your day is going to be like very hectic, so wake up 1 hour early, try to pack your meals and take it with you. So by this it will help you like आप बहुत weak नहीं feel करोगे throughout your day. You will be like very active, and obviously you will not gain fat if you are not eating any kind of fast food in your work, like we order something from the canteen randomly without thinking. So it can help you to stop from eating binge. Like you will not eat anything not according to your body. You will eat everything according to your the work you do.
Tell us एकजो जी, pre-workout, post-workout, उसके बारे में भी हमें कुछ बताइए. If you're going in, because you just told us, okay, active day है तो क्या करना चाहिए. But say gym जाना है, हमें पता है चलो, I'm giving you an example situation. हमें पता है 6 बजे शाम को exercise करने जाना ही है. उससे पहले क्या खाएं and right after that, because pre and post-workout I think are the two things they tell us. क्या खाना चाहिए? How do you decide? Does it depend person to person? Give us that breakdown.
Yeah, it depends upon person to person. Firstly, you have to, decide whether you are going in the early morning or you are doing workout in your evening or afternoon. So your pre-workout depends upon your workout time. So I will start with the morning. So many of the people are not able to eat any hard meal in the morning when they are going to the workout. So they can have salt and lime water with them, and for some people it works. And another option is you can have 1 coffee shot and add 1 desi ghee spoon in it. So it gives you instant energy for your morning workout. And suppose if you are doing workout in the afternoon or in the evening, so if you are feeling very low, then you can have coffee. Otherwise, if you had any hard meal like anything in protein or good source of carbohydrates, then it's good to go. Suppose I'm working, I'll be workout by 6 p.m. in the evening. So try to have something which is some meals which is having protein in it. Doesn't matter, it should be eggs or whey protein or chicken, and any good source of carbohydrates. So pack of these things will help you to give best to your workout.
Okay, right. But Jyot, we've spoken a lot. Ab kuch dekh bhi le, since you're here in your geared up, in your exercise gear as well. Give us some basics on what to do on a day-to-day level. In a sense, I mean, you said pack your meals, do this. The point is, Toya and I, we don't have time for all of this. At least I don't.
Sorry.
So, yeah. So tell us some basic exercises जो लोग अपने घर पे कर सकते हैं, just to ensure that you're in the rhythm.
See, before any workout, you should do some kind of mobility drills.
Huh.
So I'll show you some of the mobility drills so that our audience can also join, because it's early in the morning, so they can start the day with their mobility. So I'll start with the neck. So it's a sequence: neck, shoulder, chest, then your legs. So wake up all your joints before you do any kind of activity. It's really important. Don't just begin with the exercise. Just do this to prepare your joints for your any kind of movement you're going to do. So I'll start with the neck. First one is neck up and down, and just do 5 to 6 repetitions of up and down. Then again, the next one is neck rotation. Next one is for the shoulders, like this. And third one is for your chest. Doesn't matter, your hands can go in any direction, it's up to you totally. So you're done with the upper body. So for the legs you can do this. So this can be very helpful for the people, those who can't go down on their knees and do any kind of mobility. So this is something they can easily do. So yeah, these are the kind of mobility drills you can do before your workout. So should I show you what, little bit of my kind of workout?
Yeah, please
Let's
go
go.
ahead.
Okay, so if you're आप बहुत सुबह उठ के कुछ करना चाहते हो, you can't go hard with your body.
Yeah.
You will not do any kind of weights, but you can do your own body weight squats. So let's begin with it. So 10 repetitions will be enough. Please give me count.
Oh no, I think you're on
4.
4.
Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8.
This is the perfect exercise.
9.
Sitting and counting.
10. It's good
Okay,
to be
now-
on the other side. It's generally Jyot who's doing the counting and we are following his tune. Yeah.
So now I'll come to the next one.
Yeah.
This covers your whole lower body.
Yeah.
And for upper body, if someone in our audience, if someone is at the beginner stage, they can start with the knees push-ups. Let me show you how to do it. Just place your knees down according to your shoulder level. Hands little wide. Then start going down. Just do 3 to 4 reps and for this. And if you're at advanced or intermediate, so you can do full push-ups. Give me count again.
10, 9,
You have to give him the ishara only then.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woohoo!
So why don't you join?
Ah.
You're just
In
watching.
heels. Okay. Okay, let's lose the heels.
We are
Okay,
motivating
Oh yeah,
our-
we probably should
That'll
take
do more
our
damage than anything
shoes off.
else. Okay, all right. So what are
So
we
we're
doing?
being so tentative, like we've never exercised before.
This is
So this is
dream case for all the bloopers that will ever be made now.
Chalo,
it will be the best way to motivate our audience, that everybody
Anything, all for you guys.
come. What do we do? Let's.
is. Just do normal squats the way I did.
Okay.
Keep your stance a
So-
little bit wider.
Feet.
Little
how
bit
many
wider,
feet apart?
both of you.
More wide.
Yeah, done.
Okay.
Okay, and feet aage ya side?
Little bit outward, your
Okay.
toes. And your knee should follow your toes when you're going down.
Sometimes I see people do it on like a book or a, niche, pair ke niche.
I think the squat is everybody has their different stance, so that's why they do in a different way.
We're doing the basic one where your feet are apart, you're looking up straight, your back is straight,
Yes.
and now you give us a count.
Let's go.
Okay.
Wait, I didn't want to do more than one, but sure.
Are you sure you will do 10?
Let's try 5.
Realistic.
Okay.
Sorry to our audiences.
Okay,
early
just
in the
go.
morning we're bargaining. Let's go. Okay, let's go.
Let's start.
Yeah.
Go down, come up. Nice. 1. Very good. Get up. Toya, be quick. Okay. Go down. Come up. 3. Perfect. 2 more. Down. Stand up. 1 last. Down. Stand up. Done. Perfect. See?
All you have to do
Very nice.
is push a baby out of you.
Thank
because
you.
This is
Yeah,
what
then
they
it-
teach you
then
in
it-
prenatal classes.
Thank you so much.
You're
I think we're
welcome.
done now. Jyot, this is it. I think we need a break.
Little bit of a break.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he needs one. We need to fuel
No,
up.
he's just starting
So,
out.
Yeah, so why don't all of you go ahead, do some of those exercises
Yeah.
while we catch our breath.
In that short break, maybe
Yeah.
use it. Get a few squats in like we
And
did.
we'll see you in a bit.
Right. See you. Goodbye. See you in a few minutes.
That wasn't bad. You could have done a little more. No?
I still don't believe this is real. Like, I knew a girl that got shot in her leg, and it really broke me because she was like a sister to me, and I don't know how to react to it.
I need you to set aside all those things you're feeling that have got you tied up like that.
I was walking back to class, and I heard gunshots and banging on the locker in the hallway, and I was banging on my classroom door, and luckily my teacher was right there about to turn off the light and let me in, and I ran in and I slid with the other students, and it was just very scary. I didn't really think it was happening. I thought it was just like a procedure.
To allow God to call us towards unity. We take this opportunity to allow God to call us towards love.
There's going to be 4 families tonight who don't, someone's not going to be home with them tonight. So yeah.
Attitudes that weren't, let us begin to change so that we can be agents of mercy. And know your strength.
I'm still in contact with many of my teachers who are the most amazing people I've ever met. And I was devastated that this would be Appalachia's legacy.
It's hard to comprehend. It doesn't even go through that something like so unbelievable yet plausible would happen here in our town. So, I mean, and then after that just follows devastation for those who were affected.
Questions that we want answered. We want to see justice done. We want to see right. So unknown to those of us who live it, and yet we find it precious. And today, evil has stepped in. So now let us be good and lead us into what it is we need to let go, so that we can hear your voice.
Bring yours right up there too. Right up here.
And he talks about what this looks like. And this is the difficulty that I'm in a position where he was so twisted to find himself in need of being an agent of evil.
Together all we love and truth. God bless you all.
In the band room, so I was like on the absolute other side of the school when it was.
Welcome back. Now it's time on the program where we take you through stories from India and across the globe. Johnson & Johnson opens new TAP plans to pay an additional $1.1 billion to resolve tens and thousands of legal actions alleging its baby powder and other talc products caused cancer. The increased would boost the size of the settlement to more than $9 billion paid over 25 years. Johnson & Johnson on Wednesday said it reached an agreement with the plaintiff's lawyer representing 12,000 clients to recommend the settlement offer to them, adding support already received from other claimants.
And researchers are hoping someday that this flying bot will change the game in disaster response operations. It's a team at the Italian Institute of Technology that had already developed a two-legged robot. It's called the iCub, which they make and sell to other researchers around the world. They then wondered if they could make it fly. And since that thought, to get it airborne, they've installed a jet turbine on each arm, one on each shoulder, and they've renamed it Iron Cub.
Dogs in costume hit the runway at the Sony Hall in New York City on Thursday for the second annual Elysian Impact Catwalk fur baby fashion show. 21 dogs along with designers, models and charities joined the unique fashion show, which is raising funds for animal welfare organization. Models and show participants were wearing outfits designed by various brands including Tommy Hilfiger, Karnia Nina and Jonathan Kaine, as well as by the Ukrainian designer Halneka.
And for all you sporting fans, Cristiano Ronaldo scoring his 900th career goal in Portugal's home Nations League game. This is against Croatia on Thursday. Ronaldo put his side 2 up at the Estadio da Luz. This is in the 34th minute when he got on the end of a Nuno Mendes cross with a tap-in volley from close range. This is before falling to the ground, looking emotional after reaching this milestone.
Alex Morgan, a two-time World Cup winner and one of the greatest goal scorers in US women's national team history, announced her retirement from professional soccer on Thursday. Morgan, who also revealed that she is pregnant with a second child, will play her final professional match on Sunday when her team, San Diego Wave of the National Women's Soccer League, host the North Carolina Courage.
Drone and body cam footage that was capturing the moment police officers rescued a 3-year-old reported missing in a massive cornfield in Wisconsin on Sunday. That's what we're showing you on your screens right now. What was essentially used was drones that had thermal capabilities, and law enforcement could actually use that to quickly locate the child, who was about half a mile away from home. The child was found uninjured and safely reunited, showing just what technology can do in these moments.
Prince William visited London's Saatchi Gallery on Thursday to view the Homeless Reframed exhibition, which showcases artworks exploring the complexities of homelessness across the UK. During the visit, the Prince of Wales spoke with artists who contributed to the exhibition and shared their personal experiences of being homeless.
And the gorillas at the Berlin Zoo are probably unaware of their important role in modern science and the protection of their endangered relatives across in the wild. They are currently participants in an artificial intelligence research project that aims to improve the protection of the endangered western lowland gorilla. The Hasso-Plattner Institute, the HPI, and Zoo Berlin on Thursday presented the project at the zoo. Basically, 3 cameras are installed in the outdoor enclosures until the end of September, and they'll be collecting all kinds of data to help those who are studying these animals understand more about them.
All right, those were the wraps, but let's also bring you all the highlights coming in from day 8 of the Paris Paralympics 2024 as it ended with judoka Kapil Sharma winning bronze medal in the men's 60 kg category, taking India's medal tally to 25. He defeated Brazil's player in the finals. This is India's first ever Paralympic medal in judo.
It's been such a successful Paralympics for us.
Yeah.
Kapil Sharma also won the silver medal in the 2022 Asian Games in this same category. The duo of Harvinder Singh and Pooja lost the bronze medal match. This is an archery mixed doubles. They lost it to Slovenia. And India now has, let's just bring you that tally, 5 golds, 9 silver and 11 bronze medals. So that's where we stand.
And we're rooting for more with many more medals. Events scheduled for day 9. Indian Paralympic athletes continue giving their best. As Paralympics is nearing its end in Paris, the athletes will fancy their chance of winning in javelin, in powerlifting. Those are the big 2 events that we are watching out for today. All right, our person of interest today is what makes things go viral? What is the average life cycle of an influencer? Are influencers and celebrities, movie stars cannibalizing each other's space? Well, Vijay Subramaniam, the CEO of the Collective Artists Network, is perhaps one individual in the country who holds the answer to all these questions.
The Collective Artists Network, it manages movie stars, sports people, digital stars and more talent across the entire country. They represent them to brand, they do brand building and they basically make them turn stardom. They've essentially turned stardom in itself into a kind of commerce and business. The Breakfast Club sat down, Sonal, you sat down, you had this fascinating chat. Let's take a look.
So what is India watching right now?
I think India is doom scrolling. I think the business that we left pre-pandemic doesn't exist on the business that we have post-pandemic. I think there are fundamental shifts. So I like to describe it as saying the big has become bigger, the medium has become small, and the small is finding new ways to express.
So you're saying there's no toolkit per se for making content go viral?
I would say, when people meet me saying, "Hi, mera content viral bana." How do we make our content viral?
Is TV dead?
I feel TV in its traditional format, much like advertising in its traditional format, is dead. I think today, the days of just watching news, I believe, is over. I think you need a little bit of infotainment.
Which is what TVC is doing.
Didn't see you, so let's throw in some entertainment in this. I'm the entertainment.
Our next guest on TVC this morning is somebody whose designation is that of a CEO. But if you ask him what he actually does, his answer is going to wow you. He's somebody who could be the man responsible for making people go viral, for stars to be turned into superstars, for small talent pools to be converted into huge opportunities. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Vijay Subramaniam. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well. Thank you for having me.
So हमने तो आपका designation बता दिया है. Like I said, if you had to define yourself and tell the world what you do, what would you say?
I'm attempting to be the platform for people to express their creative talent, regardless of who you are, where you're from. You could be a housewife in Bareilly, you could be a budding actor, you could be a gym instructor, you could be a musician, you could be a comic. I believe that I'm endeavoring to build a platform where I make your dreams come true of making you a content creator for life. So, I mean, in a nutshell, it's what I guess taxi aggregation did for drivers. And they brought them all to a formalized economy. I'm trying to see if I can do that for content creation at large, using technology, entertainment, and media.
So what is India watching? What is going viral? What kind of content is really attracting people?
I would say, when people meet me saying, "Hi, mera content viral bana." When advertisers meet, they say, "How do we make our content viral?" If you look at any piece of content that's gone viral, I don't think anybody who made it with that intention in the first place.
Yeah.
Virality is not a product of number of views. Virality is a product of the number of right views. There's a difference. एक होता है कि 100 करोड़ लोग ने देख लिया, रजिस्टर किसने किया? लेकिन अगर 1 करोड़ लोग ने सही रजिस्टर करके and they actually become ambassadors of that, that's viral.
So you're saying there's no toolkit per se for making content go viral?
But how do you know how you're making a hit movie? You don't
No, there used to be formulas for big blocks.
It's gone. It's gone. I think what really works today is if you write a piece of content that you are true to on digital, I think it connects. I think that's the advent of the content creator.
Okay, so there's so much of stuff, Vijay, that when you are around, one has to speak about. One has to speak about the kind of the business of content creation. One has to talk about content creation itself. One has to talk about also how the audience is evolving in this period of time and how this actually adds up to numbers, right? And I also want to very interestingly understand this TV versus online divide also with you. So TV traditionally has been a space which used to be a go-to for advertisers. Now more and more, including CEOs of the biggest media firms, go on record to tell their employees that TV is dead. Is TV dead?
I feel TV in its traditional format, much like advertising in its traditional format, is dead. Either dead or it's the end of days. Unless you find a way of re-engaging content strategy, I don't think it lasts. Like, let me tell you, I think today, the days of just watching news, I believe, is over. I think you need a little bit of infotainment. That's what IPL has done. Why is Test cricket doing?
Which is what TVC is doing.
Didn't see you, so let's throw in some entertainment in this. I'm the entertainment coach.
I'm the infotainment coach here, so I'll plug that in.
I feel TV in its traditional format is challenging.
But let's flip to the other side. You talk about digital being younger, being associating more with people, being more authentic and all that. But we are also looking at it as a massive information overload, a massive digital overdose of content, which is really fatiguing people.
Is it?
I think that, yes. Does it concern, as an industry leader, as a thought leader on this one, does it concern the overdose?
Not at all. I think it's like, people keep saying, is there an overdose of cricket? You still want all cricket rights? Nobody's not. It's the same thing, right? India loses or wins the World Cup and 1 week later they're in another country playing. Is that good? Bad? I mean, it's like saying, I look around. You're in my office. Look around everywhere. I think it's a cool thing to say. Oh, you know what? Social media is cluttering my mind. Please get off it.
You clearly have been at the forefront of understanding this economy. And I say economy because you've actually been able to convert this into business, which wasn't the case many years ago. At the moment, with so many people coming in, idea is, has it become very cluttered?
Answer is no. Because I call it the newspaper quote syndrome, right? Where everybody likes to throw numbers. India has 80 million creators, 90 million creators. How do you define an economy when there is enough industry for there to be revenue and business outcome? The influencer marketing business, and we did this report with ELY last year, the influencer marketing business is projected to hit 3,000 crores in 2 years, which is money I pay you to do a post on social media. As a creator, you're getting paid to promote my brand, or an advertiser or a platform is paying. What happened when TikTok went? There were 30 clones that came up. None of them have found success.
Correct.
So you were left with a duopoly. So effectively, that duopoly's usage is what? You have 400 million or 450 million on YouTube. You have about 300
So Meta and Google.
Yeah, I'm glad that today the creator economy has also been validated by the government with the creator awards that happened. It's all about formalizing that economy. Because then you have more people wanting to do it.
So there is somebody like a, say, Ranveer Alabadia, and there is also somebody like a Dolly Chaiwala. Between this entire spectrum, do you see one as a one-hit wonder and the other
100%.
as somebody?
I think what they suffer from the most, and this is what I keep telling them. There is a very quick format fatigue. आप वही stand-up sketch कितने साल तक करोगे? You can't do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Right? How do you break the box? You can't be an action hero all your life. You can't be a chocolate boy all your life. Right? You have to break formats, right? The same thing here. The only problem is the format cycle is small. 4 साल, because the creator himself gets fed up. कितना बारी वही reel बन? How many times to make the same YouTube sketch?
Yeah.
So they fatigue a lot faster. So you have to, as a talent spotter, preempt when that fracture point will come and start preparing them in that direction to find their next level. So the question with creators, the challenge is, how long can you make the same reel on beauty? How long can you make the same reel on nutrition? How long can you do the same workout regimes? You need to keep abrupt. You need to find newer ways of expression.
So Vijay, you obviously paint a picture where this is going to be the future. Talk to me a little bit about what are your fears?
My fear is people are going to wake up every morning with anxiety of how many likes they have, and they may want to give up earlier. That's my fear.
Isn't that already happening?
It's already happening. But what will happen is sometimes it won't work. It's like working with my celebrities, right? And telling them, yeah, 3 movies may time. But that doesn't mean you give up on the cause. That's a more tried and tested mechanism. Here, the only problem is there are only 52 Fridays in a year. Here, every day is a new day. Right? So, how do you ensure you maintain harmony for people to stick out the right and be true to who they are? That's my fear. Otherwise, I see this, to be very honest with you, Sonal, I think this is a foolproof economy. Because these guys are not building it on the back of something that needs to be created. They're building it on the back of the internet, which is available to all. So then you are failing. The opportunity is not.
Yeah. And how, is there a solution you have for that?
No, I think it will solve. It's too big. The critical mass is too big for it to fail. So if you ask me, Okay, let me rephrase it. Vijay, will the creator economy fail? My answer to that is, do you think the internet will fail? If the internet won't fail, the creator economy won't fail.
Alright, so that was just an excerpt of this very fascinating chat. You can log on to CNN News 18's YouTube channel and watch that full interview to get lots of insights on what next for content creation and celebs. But talking about celebs, recently Bollywood actor Priety Zinta candidly opened up about her struggles with IVF and the emotional challenges she faced before welcoming her twins. Now, this was through surrogacy and with her husband in 2021.
Right. Her husband, Gene Goodenough, and her have both been very open about their entire journey. She herself has revealed that she underwent multiple IVF cycles. Then they decided, let's not go with that route. Let's instead go with surrogacy. We still live in a time, even though we're more and more seeing women come out and talk about it, it's still exciting to see each woman come forward, actually feel like she can share her journey. Priety Zinta admitted that it was challenging to maintain her public persona. She's always been someone who's bubbly, sunshiny, the dimples. But she said it was hard to maintain that during these difficult times. Take a look.
Parenthood is where all love begins and ends, and Bollywood actress Priety Zinta knows it all too well. She welcomed her twins Jay and Jia with her husband Gene Goodenough in 2021 via surrogacy. Only recently we got to know that surrogacy wasn't her first choice. In a candid conversation with Vogue India, she talked about her personal struggles with IVF in vitro fertilization before she and her husband decided to go for surrogacy. The actor shared that she sometimes felt like banging her head on the wall and cried during that most difficult phase. Her statement leaves us with many questions. But first, what is IVF? IVF, in vitro fertilization, is a process of fertilization in which an egg is combined with sperm outside the body, in vitro, a glass. During the process, mature eggs are collected from ovaries and fertilized by sperm in a lab. An IVF cycle typically takes around 6 to 8 weeks. The process includes an initial consultation, ovarian stimulation that lasts 8 to 14 days, egg retrieval, fertilization, embryo transfer, and a pregnancy test. The embryo transfer and pregnancy test are typically performed 5 days after fertilization. The chances of having a healthy baby using IVF depend on various factors including age and the cause of infertility. But is it risky or not? Let's understand from an expert.
Well, IVF is not a risky procedure because it's generally done under good control, but any procedure comes with its risks. One of the major risks with IVF is hyperstimulation. That is where too many eggs end up growing. But now there are protocols which do ensure that there is no hyperstimulation, and even if hyperstimulation does occur, it can be controlled very well, and all it requires is maybe an extra day of admission where we just give you saline rather than anything else. Besides that, anesthesia related complications would be applicable to all patients, and that's not just for the IVF procedure, but that's for any other procedure. So per se, IVF is a relatively safe procedure which does give you good results as well.
Moreover, research says failed IVF process is associated with increased anxiety, depression, stress, and can impact self-esteem and confidence. Fertility drugs can also cause sleep disturbances and disrupt sex drive.
We've discussed IVF, for example, on the show before.
Yeah.
We've had experts come in and really talk about the fact that more and more you're seeing urban Indian women, despite the high costs, because that was something we talked about. Despite the high costs, you're seeing women try to go in for it. Some are considering.
You see, the thing is, every pregnancy is different, every child is different, every human being, their construct is different. But still in today's day and age, when medicine is the name of the game, if you can't explore in the taboos, we've got to talk more and more about it, and that's the only way. So good to have celebrities actually come out and speak up on these issues. But enough said about that. We are also looking at markets this morning. Let's bring you a roundup.
Let's go to a very quick special section, one that we bring you every day on financial markets. This is powered by Money Control Pro, Money Control's premium destination for investing and business insights. Let's take a look. So, GIFT Nifty trends first, indicating a weak start to Indian equity indices. US indices were mixed. This is as investors await key job data due later today. Asian shares were weak. This is amid a lack of clarity on Fed rate cuts ahead of US jobs report. Crude oil prices, when we're tracking that, they are gaining slightly. This is as investors assessed a fall in US stockpiles.
All right, let's look at the sector in focus this Friday morning. Auto ancillary companies have supply to two-wheeler companies are enjoying the tailwinds of the demand pickup, meaning component makers in markets like lightning products are relatively insulated from the technological disruption as well. In addition to their growing market in passenger vehicles, the two-wheeler vehicles, there is a strong market in EVs as well. You can log into Money Control Pro to find out more about India's power sector and various other actionable insights on the market. It is the premier destination for all your investing views and financial insights you will ever need. Brought to you by Money Control.
Okay, you can visit news18.com for all of the latest, the breaking news. It obviously has all the up-to-date coverage you're going to need on India, on the world, on business, entertainment and cricket. News18.com is India's leading news website. It combines accurate reporting with in-depth analysis, and it ensures that readers stay informed and abreast with all critical developments.
All right, with that, we've come towards the end of this week's TBC episodes, and what a fun week it's been. It's nice to be in Delhi to catch up with everyone and for all of you to actually see us together over here.
Once in a while. We hope that exercise that we did together has stayed with you. You're going to stay fit, especially through the weekend. Get a little exercise in if you can. With that though, let's say goodbye.
And happy Ganesh Chaturthi, all of you.
Of course.
Have fun. Bye-bye.
I still heard 2 shots. Well, I just heard the first shot go off, and everybody just looked to the door, and I didn't think much of it. I thought it was just like a loud bang, you know. I just thought maybe someone made a noise or something to scare someone, and then I think 3 other shots went off, and then that's when I looked, and then everybody started looking around, and so we went to hide, and more shots went off. I heard.
When you say you went to hide, what happens then?
Well, we went to hide behind, the way my class is like built, there's like a wall kind of in a corner that's like, it's like a little theater kind of, and so we just hid behind that wall, and I heard people yelling. I heard this man yelling, you know, for someone to get down and put their hands in the air and stuff like that. Then it went quiet, more shots went off, and then I think maybe 20 minutes after that, police came in to clear out the room, and you know, everybody put their hands up.
I suspect going that fast.
Well, I'm just hoping that no one is hurt, but I mean, with the amount of shots that went off and how it went all quiet, you know, I mean, I was just scared for other people, and I was like really hoping everybody was okay. I texted all my friends, I texted my mom, made sure everybody was okay, everybody that I knew, and we were all just sitting there really quiet. Everybody was texting their parents to check them out and stuff, and then finally the police came in again, and they brought us out to the fields, and in my hall there was a lot of like clothes, there was like lost shoes and stuff. It smelled really weird. just finished with like our warm-ups, and out of nowhere, just like we were about to start tuning our instruments, and so our teacher had the screen on, and then all of a sudden the screen just like it turned red and it said hard lockdown, and we all kind of just sat there confused. And then we have like a light in the very middle of the band room, and I had never known what that was for, and it started blinking red. So our teacher, Mr. Muldrow, he just kind of